Okay, so for our first demonstration, we're going to be showing how to create tints. And tints are when you mix a color with white. What we're going to be doing for this particular demonstration is mixing white with blue. So for our chart, the very first section is always painted white, white out of the bottle. And again, all of you are going to have very light pencil lines around each of these rectangles that you have constructed on your color wheel, whereas I have it a little bit darker simply so that you are able to see the construction on the camera. So that's going to be white out of the bottle. From there, what we're going to do, we don't want to contaminate our white, so I'm going to clean off a little bit in the water here. And from there, I'm going to grab just a little bit of blue on the tip of my brush and mix it into the entire white. I'm going to grab a little bit more. And I'm mixing it into the entire white. Once I realize there are no streaks and I've thoroughly mixed the paint, I'm going to wipe my brush off again because I don't want to paint with a big blob of paint onto the end for craftsmanship. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint in the lines. And of course you can rotate your paper. As demonstrated in previous demonstrations in this class, you can rotate your paper so that you are able to stay in the lines and keep your craftsmanship nice and fine like we discussed. So that's my first tint of blue. From here, I'm going to get a little bit more blue. Just a little bit of a bigger scoop. And we're mixing it. And instead of painting with this blob once again, I'm going to take and wipe off on my paper towel and come in and I'm going to start painting without any streaking. The color is solid. And I'm staying in the lines as much as possible. So there's our next tint of blue. From there, rinse off again in the water. And we're going to grab another big scoop of blue. And there we go. And for this, the very last one, we're going to add more white into this mix. And hopefully it's in between these two blues right here. That's where we want it to be. So I'm mixing this up. And that's actually pretty good. It's a little bit in between both of them. I don't want to paint with that blob once again on my brush, so I'm going to wipe it off, grab a little bit more, and here we go. And that finishes off the row of tints on our color wheel.